it never stops. TBB was a big step for all of us. We learned a lot about ourselves, know what we want to do, and the people we are. Learning this can be scary. You can find things that you want to change, and it's hard to change yourself. This reminds me of a quote Gandhi said, one of the greatest agents of change of the 20th century. Be the change you wish to see in the world. A lot of people get discouraged from changing the world because they look at it as if they're one person. They look at it and they say, I am one man or woman. How much change can I truly affect? And I think a lot of times we get caught up in things like this. But I think at the end of the day, everyone is just one person. At the Freedom March for Martin Luther King was definitely had a very big impact on the civil rights movement. But how different would it have been if no one showed up to the Freedom March? Every single person in that audience made the personal choice to go out of their way to be there that day. I think a lot of times in society, we put a lot of emphasis on that you should be a leader, which I think is false. Scientifically, we can't all be leaders. But there's nothing wrong with being a follower. A good quote from Tony Robbins, a motivational speaker, is a leader does not lead by rising himself above others. He leads by bringing them up to them. After this gap year, it's going to be hard to connect with people. A lot of them have had very different experiences and have very different ideas about development. And I think there's two solutions to this. The one is to act pretentious. You can raise yourself up above these people. You can say that you've done a gap year, and that you spent the last year drinking. But I believe in a second better option, bringing them to yourself. A lot of change is happening in this world in the last 7 months. You've seen a very big rise in the alt-right movement throughout America and Europe. Trump is our president, and I think it's very easy to look at Trump supporters and judge them. I think it's easy sometimes to make stereotypes in your head to explain these things, which I don't think is right. I think a lot of times our upbringing and our education defines us. A lot of times when we're taught something, it's very hard to challenge it. Challenging your core assumptions is something most people find very difficult. And so I implore you, when you get back home, do not judge, teach. Raise people to a better level, and at the same time understand. See where they are coming from. Thank you.